Hashtag scousemegaphoneman. The children's rights UK. The Essex legend at that. I can pull down my mask because I hold the truth. Anonymous, one love. So we're here, guys. We're going to wait for what's it, and then we're going to get on the way with it. It's 10 o'clock now. We'll go on the megaphone in 20 minutes. We're going to walk around to the building in a minute. But we're here, guys, and I can't wait. Get sharing like mad. It's the Children's Rights Day today, without a shadow of a doubt. Getting busier, and it's getting busier, and it's getting busier. Warm now, isn't it? Really? Them glasses look suave on you, but I think it's the silver around the outside.
I did bring 3 different pairs.
Right, there's quite a few watching now. If you're watching, you are more than capable of pressing a share button. And if you really want to be nice, share it in all the groups. If you share it in groups now, we'll get more people jumping on earlier, because you do not want to miss the start. Trust me. This is the first time back in a long time on this megaphone, and he has missed it.
I've got to count myself today again. Still ain't getting about it. No, still ain't getting about it. How about that? Hey?
We've got a stalker, people. You know when you're sitting on the beach and you've got a portion of chips and the seagull circles you? That's what it's like.
Feels like I've got close protection. Doesn't it?
23.19.
Jason will be here in a minute, guys.
So good morning everyone, hope everyone is okay, and I am so excited.
Sorry.
Please, we can't tell you, Claire, we're in London, that's all we can say, but we can't tell you just yet where we are.
I'll let you all guys know in a minute.
But these numbers need to be rocketing, people. They're doing very well now, I've got to say. This has been a long time coming, this has. Because to say Jack's missed it is an understatement. And to say he's got a lot to say is a bit of an understatement.
It's the civil enforcement officers. Morning, guys. Stay safe.
Right, the camera moves about a little bit, it's because I'm on an adding spree, so you'll have to bear with me. I want to see all random names in this where everyone's tagging everyone in their friend list.
You think that's intimidating?
Yeah.
I'd love to keep having notifications at the top of my screen saying so and so shared, so and so shared, so and so shared.
Community friend.
My usual, my loyal people will.
How you feeling about today then, guys? Good to see me on a megaphone. How are you feeling? I hope you're empowered by it. I think we should get a few pictures for the Jack and Horner. What do you reckon?
I reckon so.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm going to stay here and do this. Come on people, please. I need just to have our backs here. Massively. We're not doing this just for us, we're doing it for every one of you. Every kid, every child that's gone into the care system, every child that could be going into the care system. Everyone. We only ask one thing of yous. That you join us online and you share like crazy. I am Claire, I'm like a little kid. And then bag's alright?
Yeah, see if you can get it on there.
Stay there 2 seconds and it will zoom in. Nice, people. I'm excited.
So we've taken many pictures on the train, tube stations, and on the street. So, no media outlets moving. I'm going to have some wicked pictures at the end of the day. The right hand man's going to put a collage and put some good stuff up for Children's Rights today. When he gets home, he's going to have I'll go through his camera, pump out all the pictures he's got. So this is good, really. Right, he can't be that far away. We'll give it till 1:15, and then, which is 5 minutes, and then we'll walk down, telling him, Jason, where we've gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you give him a quick call, just to find out whereabouts he is. Everyone's buzzing, Jack's jumping. Jack's got his stance on, bruv. You know what they say? Them is fighting words.
My
Rosalind said, get that megaphone out.
My adrenaline's going. As soon as I go on the megaphone, I'll relax. Freedom of speech.
Morning, Claire said my belly's going mental. I know it's a cross between you want to be sick but you feel really excited. They will, Rosalind. Just share it and then, well, I know you share it. You always share it.
Should be embarrassed, Jason.
Yes. Thanks, Joanne.
Jason Appleyard. Jason Appleyard. Bing bong.
Customer call for Jason Appleyard. Call back, please.
What?
Say, bing bong. This is our customer announcement. Could Jason Appleyard please come to Brett?
Did you hear it? He heard it, guys.
Thank you, Rose.
Just giving him our proper location.
Babe,
Shouted my name.
do you want to stick that in?
You just shouted my name all over the street, Mr. Barnes.
I know. What do you want for free advertising? Stop moaning.
Just coming.
I am absolutely buzzing my head off. I'm shaking. I'm that bloody happy about it. And what have you noticed, guys? Anyone in Thurrock will know that this morning, when everyone got up, it was proper foggy. Proper foggy. Now Jack's going on the megaphone. Look at that sky. Mel Cross, you're back.
Exactly, you heard it? He was like, what was that?
Caroline Floyd said, come on, son.
It's heavy.
Jem Swatton said, that was hilarious. Exactly, Claire. Sun shines on the righteous.
Is that next to a big hotel?
It's only ever rained once when I've been on a megaphone, isn't it?
And you still carried on?
And I still carried on. Why? I'm waterproof.
All I can say is we are in London. And you'll find out in a minute where we are, because we're going to go around the corner and you'll find out where we are.
It's going to make you share like mad. If I have a quick cigarette before I go on, and then I'm all happy.
It gives you the urge to go with the camera for no apparent reason.
So much energy, guys. I've got to keep moving because if you stop still, I start sweating.
If there's a shop round there, you'll have to grab some more.
What, he's there?
He's there?
He's there, so that would be it. That's the road, isn't it?
Yeah. He's going up top and go, yeah. We're there.
Yeah, we're there, so we go across, we'll meet them.
Yeah.
I'm a full-grown woman. I got the urge to jump up and down. I'm so excited. Rosalind, don't say. If you've worked it out, don't say. She said, I know where you are. She said, oi, you two are out of this world special.
Right, so we're meeting.
Right, Jason.
Get your mask on. Let me show you something. Don't need to.
We're walking around, guys.
Where are we going, people? Where are we going? Where could we be going?
Show me, show me.
Where is we
I'm
going?
going to rock this building to its foundations.
Rosalind English has worked it out and she says, I'm screaming.
The only place I haven't been, guys.
Only place no one's been. Think of all the places we have been, people. Come on, there's a lot of loyal ones on there that know we've been to many, many places. She's put, and I'm sorry for the language, I fucking love you.
There's going to be a lot of furious professionals.
Claire
But at
said
the
she
same
knows where we
time-
are.
At the same time, there's going to be a lot of happy professionals. Put the camera down.
Look at the sun shining on the good. Huh? Can't show you where we are at the minute in case anyone comments. Where are we? Caroline's gone, ooh, I know. Now do you see why we couldn't tell yous? For the ones that have worked it out, can you see why we couldn't tell yous?
I should put it up on the comments.
No! How rude! I feel like a proud mum. You got a channel you're in a woo-sa.
It's electrifying, guys.
But it ain't grease
What to
lightning.
do.
He's down that road there, mate.
It empowers me. He's down that road.
Shout,
It's the one behind this one,
Jason!
isn't it? Slim. It's the one behind this one, isn't it?
Yes.
I know exactly where you are.
Who said?
Alright, this is.
Who said this?
This is.
Huh?
Who said you know exactly?
That was Lisa Matthews.
Right, we'll go up here.
This is the road. Yeah.
This is the road.
Jason ain't going to be by that van,
Is
is
this
he?
the road we want?
Yeah.
Wicked.
Wicked. Ah, excited.
Should put this in the bin. I think it's this building on the corner here where we're going. Yeah?
Woohoo! There are many places that are not pleased to see us.
And this is going to be one of them.
This is going to be the main one.
Jason's walking up that road there now.
They're not going to be happy at all, people.
His location.
Oh my life, look at the sun here. It just opens up beautiful.
Shall I show them down the street?
Yeah, go on.
What do you reckon, people?
Anybody know where we are yet? Put it on the comments where you think we are.
Now you've got the chance to stick it in the comments if you think you know where we are.
I think that's Jason walking up with a white paper in his hand.
Looking like a bailiff.
Like a bailiff.
Claire Roberts says that place stinks of dirty money. Come on, where do you think we are? Stick it in the comments. Where do you think we are?
That looks like him.
So you can be the first person to put it in the comments. There's a challenge for you.
Right.
COVID kill
That building there,
people, please put masks on even for kids. Jesse, we are exempt.
Jason up on the old everybody. Apple what's it?
Bit awkward, isn't it? Getting lost.
It's alright.
I'm right, yeah.
Yeah.
I see you right.
It's not the Supreme Court. Jem
all
said the
love.
Supreme
It's all about the love. Looking forward to it, Jay?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You look different, are you, eh?
Yeah, I had a haircut. It's nice, no? It's better.
Different?
It's different. It's different.
Come.
Let's
So, but I missed it. I didn't miss it, did I?
Like,
Nope.
This is the building here. You want to really stand out for those, don't you?
No, I need to be able to go and show people what the sign says first, whether it is.
It's this building here.
Because there's a few suggestions. People think we're going to the High Family Court.
He looks so...
Downing Street.
What do you mean different? What do you mean different? Oh, yeah, but...
Is it?
Yeah, where's the sign to show people where we are? Oh, they're not going to put a sign to show.
Is it, eh? Oh dear. Right, if we go over the road, we'll let them have a good old look.
So I'm trying to find a sign. I wonder why they don't put signs up. Honey,
You see?
no signs, so you're going to have to tell people.
Right.
Why wouldn't you put signs up? Why wouldn't you want people knowing who you are?
This building, guys. This building
This big building.
is the head office for Cafcass. They're like mad. Cafcass demonise fathers. They lie in court. I can prove it. I can prove it. These people are a big player in children going to long-term foster, men being demonised as fathers, adoption. Now, assessments that have been carried out on parents that have been put into trauma by a social worker at the same time they're in a legal battle. These go along with it. The assessments that have been carried out on parents while they've been under trauma, unfair assessments. And these side every time with the local authority, or they're against the man. Once a man has a child, he loses his rights. And this isn't right, people. We need the Men and Equalities Minister. We need to turn this around for the sake of humanity in this country. Kids are sick of it, mate. They're screaming to be heard, and today they could be heard. So the Apple Watch are here.
Right, you get next to them a minute. Let me show everyone who's here.
This is going to be good, guys. The head office of Cafcass.
And Rosalind English says, wow, this is bigger than I thought. Everyone thought you were going Downing Street. Everyone thought you were going to the family courts.
Sorry. Everyone thought we were going to family courts, Downing Street, Parliament. Where else?
Let me just put everyone's mind at rest. People saying they might phone the police. We've got the personal phone number, I might add, of the events manager of the Metropolitan Police.
Events manager for the Metropolitan Police.
So they've already given us the go ahead. They're more than happy.
We've told them exactly what we're about. What
Let's
we're more or less
have
going to
it.
be saying in a nutshell. At the same time, if the police come and speak to us, we're on the model high ground. Right, Jay?
That's right.
That's right. Apple Watch, it's always right. You've got to look at the Apple Watch this week, guys. It is going to be a very, very exciting and interesting listen. Because Jason Appleyard, when he does that podcast, he puts his heart and soul into it. Trust me. You want to talk to the camera, Jay? Give your little input, brother.
No, I think it's a nice building and it's a nice day for it, and it's yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been in front of the camera, and I don't really know what to say anymore.
It's been held back a long time.
Yeah. So I think when you get on it, when you get on the
We're going to go there for half 10. It's just about me getting the feel of it before I go on the Megaphone. Obviously, emotions.
it's like Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man. He's getting ready. He's He's sussing it out. Yeah, he's like, look, you're gonna get the. Well, when you go though, because I couldn't do it. I seen you do it a couple of times now, and when you do it, it's like I can't speak properly anyway at the best of times, let alone through a microphone like that. So yeah, I think what the key message is going to be. There's no Robert Buckland this time, is there? No Robert Buckland.
No, but I'm sure they'll be watching.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be interested.
Mr. Buckland. Mr. Buckland.
The right honourable.
Mr. Buckland. Yeah. So okay, cool. So I think What is your key message then? What is your key message then?
Parental alienation.
Really?
These are one of the biggest players in children not seeing their parents. It's a fact, there's a pattern in everybody's case. I can actually prove that Cafcass workers were lied in court and I got their evidence thrown out. They had the option to change their statement, they didn't. That is a form of misfeasance in the court itself.
Oh, we like that word.
We like that word.
We like that
We
word.
love that word.
That's been a word of the pod a few times.
It's happening a hell of a lot in the local authorities. Professionals avoiding investigating officers when we have inquiries or judicial reviews or serious case reviews. We have people avoiding this investigating officer. So in terms, that is misfeasance in social care. Not acting. Professional avoidance. It's met every time, Jason, when it's regarding kids, you know?
Yeah, I think,
families.
I think you've got. I think it's. There's I can name. I'm not going to name, but there's loads of cases that I've been looking at with, and I'm not going to mention them. But it's just like you can see blatantly what the answer is, and still Cafcass will go and say, "Oh no, that's not a piece of paper. They're saying X, Y, and Z." Isn't it? So it's.
I mean, you're an advocate for many of the fathers in the community nowadays, Jay. I mean, you must see the same pattern also.
Yeah, exactly. So they're all going on in there. So I think it's about whatever philosophy they've got. So you're going to get some good Cafcass officers that have got a good philosophy, and you've got some old-fashioned Cafcass officers where they've got a shit philosophy. And it's like the ones with a shit one, the older-fashioned ones, have been over the 60s, and we don't count for nothing. And that's the reality, because we lose every single bit of right that we have. I mean, you've got shared care, you've got shared parenting, but you've got one. The mum will always say, "Kid will have to do it for 9 months. I've got the overriding say in what goes on with the child." And I'm not going to mention more because I've got people obviously they may say I'm referring to them. I'm not referring to anyone in particular. I'm referring as a generalisation as a whole, because it's a majority. It's a majority of. It's not a minority of women. It's a majority of women that are. That way inclined when they separate and whatnot, they end up using the children as weapons.
What do you think about in the future parental alienation being made a criminal offence for the foundation for the child in a relationship?
Yeah, it should be, as long as it's safe to do so. I think it should have presumptuous 50-50 shared care. As long as it's safe, as long as it works for everyone, as long as it works for everyone that's there, and it's you 50-50 shared care. As long as it's safe, and that's it, done. And if it's not, I mean, I was saying to someone last night. I saw on a forum somewhere. I saw someone put up, and it had a surname, Appleyard, the surname, yeah. So someone sent me a screenshot of it, and I was like, "That's not me. That's nothing to do with me. It's something against anything I stand for." Right? So I went in the group, and I was like, "Yeah," I left a message there, and she was a nice enough girl, but she was saying, how men have got it easy, and how we should give our money over, and we're like, well, and there's about 100, 200 messages of things in the back of it saying, "No, why don't you go out to work? Let the man stay at home, you go out to work and you pay us money, and then you don't see your child." And that's the reality of it. No one should have to. It shouldn't have to be just women. Don't get me wrong, there's men that do it as well. I've helped men that have got greedy and they want to stop full contact, but not for any particular reason either. So they've literally just went like donkey's time, yeah, and that's not fair on the children either.
It's massive for mental health, isn't it?
It's for the children,
for the father and the
yeah,
child, you know. So there you have it in a nutshell, guys. Jason does amazing work for all
Cheers,
fathers
Paul.
and some women. He's not just out there for the men. He's about there for equality, really.
It's about fairness. It's about fair.
On the back, my friend.
I say it's being fair. I think we don't. I look at Lila and I see what damage me and my relationship's done with Lindsay. I see that, and I take ownership for that. It's frustrating because Lindsay won't, or whatever her name is, won't, whatever her name is, my ex-wife won't take ownership for that stuff. And it's not just my ex-wife, there's loads of people. It's like COVID is our fault, yeah? So it's like literally everything in the world that goes wrong. If someone gets run over there, that'll be my fault. Do you know what I mean? Or it'll be someone's fault. It'll be someone's fault.
So what you're saying is you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to get
catch-22, guys. We find ourselves in. What time is it?
It's megaphone time.
It's megaphone time. Right, I'm not going to go on the mascot because there's not a lot of people around. I think you should just get on. It's lights on, so...
I think you should just...
They just come out the front door, mate.
I think you should just speak through their doors, mate, and let them see what's what. Shall I go over that side of the road?
Don't let them know, and then we can come out and
They just come
crack
out
on.
and went straight back in. I undone the door and went, oh,
Babe, you've got permission to be here, right?
can I have a photo first, please?
Well,
Get him going in the door.
get out. Get out. You've got no mask on.
Get out! You don't agree with alienation. Out! Now, I am really, 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 really bugged at the fact they've not got the sign that it's Cafcass there. It's really annoying me.
You wouldn't know
Because,
that was Cafcass, would you?
but that's the point. Why would you hide it? Look at the size of this building, people.
I wonder if they've got little slaves in there.
I wonder if every brick's a heartache.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So in there, how many souls you've got lost in there? How many families they've broken?
Yep. We're going to boom it all the way down there. And then we're going to go all the way down there.
Do you reckon they've kept him?
They'll probably turn around and say to him, "Oh, you've got the wrong building, mate." No, we ain't. No, we haven't. There you go. I don't think he should be in there on his own.
In the case they, yeah.
There's no witness to say what he said or anything.
It's a fire engine. Fireman Sam.
And he's out.
Male and female on reception. Kept them in the loop, let them know what we're doing on the name of children's rights, freedom of speech. It's my democratic right. I've told them that the police know we're here. We're going to say what we've got to say in the name of free speech, and we're going to leave. The only way we can hold social care and revolutionise social care is to hold places like this to account. And that's what we're going to do on freedom of speech, guys. So share like mad. The head office of Cafcass.
Babe, do you want me to go on that side? So I can get you shouting straight out and then come over again? People. Exciting times. Oh.
Good morning, Cafcass. I am here as a children's rights campaigner of the UK. I am here, #scousemegaphoneman. Cafcass, why do you demonise fathers in the family courts? Why do you do that, Cafcass? Up and down this country, children are being widespread, systematically failed. Why do you side with social services, Cafcass? Huh? Why do you tell lies in court? You get given the option to change your evidence in a court, and you choose not to. And your evidence is thrown out of court in the removal of a child. That's right, unlawful taking of a child, Cafcass. And your parties answer that. Google Misty Bones to read my full story. Up and down this country, children are screaming to be heard. Why do you side with the social workers, Cafcass? Huh? Do you actually realise that social services in this country molest the acts and statutes of our parliament, and they call it social care, future risk of harm? Why do you side with social workers, Cafcass? I do ask, why do you side with social workers who molest our acts and statutes of parliament? Social workers in this country take children, putting the parents into undescribable trauma. That's right, undescribable trauma. trauma, they're illegally being assessed. And you go along with that, don't you, Cafcass? Assessments being carried out on parents who have been put under trauma by social workers in this country. At the same time, these parents are in a legal battle. Oh my life, molestation, right there. Why do you demonise fathers, Cafcass? When men have a child in this country, they lose their rights. Every child in this country has a voice. Hashtag scousemegaphoneman is the children's voice of the UK and beyond. Children in this country have been screaming to be heard for far too long. What are you going to do, Cafcass? About social workers putting parents into trauma, at the same time assessing these parents while under trauma. A question for you, Cafcass. How many risk assessments have you read on the separation of a child from the parent?
Yes, babe.
You haven't, have you? You haven't read one impact statement for any separation of a child from their parent. Why is that, Cafcass? How much do you get, Cafcass, when you side with the local authorities in this country? You side with social workers who are assessing parents while under trauma. At the same time, they're in a legal battle. That is molestation of the Acts and Statutes of Parliament. What are you going to do about clearing up your act, Cafcass? Hey? The children's mental health and anger in the care system is absolutely astonishing. Have you got no concerns for the social care in this country? You've sided with social workers to take children on future risk of harm. And when them children have been taken, they've been failed. Drug problems, mental health problems, self-harming, criminal convictions as long as there are, drug abusing. Have you not got no concerns for them looked after children? Or will you just sit back with your blinkers on and side with the local authorities, social services? Absolute outrageous. Not one impact statement gets done with the separation of a child from their parents. If we had impact statements for separations of children from their parents, I'll tell you what it would read, Cafcass. Put the baby back in the parents' care.
Yep.
Some cases, I agree with the local authorities' concerns, but majority of the cases, you, Cafcass, and the social services in this country are cleansing the grassroots families of this country. You should be an absolute shame to yourselves on extravagant wages. Oh my life. Hashtag scousemegaphoneman, the children's rights campaigner of the UK. Google Misty Barnes to read my full story. Cafcass told barefaced lies in a civil court to try and adopt my child, showing pattern in my process to every other man's process.
We're at Cafcass.
Demonised by Cafcass, seen as walking wallets to the government. That's what we men are. We're ants to the Queen and walking wallets to government. When these fathers go into court, Cafcass, under trauma, being molested, they get given court orders, contact orders. Those contact orders are false promises to the men in this country. Contact is being stopped, and the men are told it's a civil matter by the police. That's right. You put a strain on the police force, Cafcass, along with social services. It's a fact. 1 minute, it's a civil matter because access and a court order is not being upheld. But it's a criminal matter if the man don't put his hand in his pocket and pay maintenance. That is proper hypocrisy, Cafcass. And you side with the government, and you side with the social services, because you think extravagant wages is sucking the lollipop of the establishment. That's why, sucking the lollipop of the establishment. And whenever there's accountability in this place, you're met with professional avoidance. You professionals are getting that in your head. When it's time to be held to account, I'm on anyone leave. I'm in the meeting. Absolute unbelievable. The mental health of the children in this country is massive. Social care puts a strain on the local police forces up and down this country. That's right, put a strain on the police force, a failing social care. Just because I've gone quiet, Cafcass, it does not mean to say I have gone away. Hashtag scousemegaphoneman is here to hold you to account. All them children in the care system rack and ruin. They come out of the care system and go on to young offenders institutions. That's right, young offenders institutions where they can relax. Absolutely outrageous. And you call yourselves a professional service in our family courts. Why did you tell lies inside with the social workers in my case, Cafcass? Why did you do that? And you was quite happily for the court to send my child off to adoption. Unfortunately for you, Cafcass, I'm better than you in court. And I'm here to give children the best possible voice because you, Cafcass, demonise fathers in this community.
Just ignore it, babe.
Get his door number.
The children in this country are screaming to be heard. What are you going to do, Cafcass, about clearing up your act? Huh? You're actually siding with social workers who assess parents while under trauma. Absolute outrageous. How are they fair assessments? They're not, are they? Molesting the acts and statutes of Parliament. Liberty protection. How about that, eh? The Mental Capacity Act. We've got codes of practice for the Acts of Parliament. We've got clarification for Acts of Parliament. Absolute outrageous. And I can prove it, Cafcass, that you are not more abiding. Try to adopt my child. That's what you tried to do, Cafcass. And there's a pattern up and down this country of men not seeing their children. Because you, Cafcass, demonise fathers. That's what you do. You're the main causes of child poverty in this country. You're the main root causes of the anger and the failures of children in this country. You're not here to hold social care to account. You should be an absolute shame to yourselves. Every single one of you. What an absolute audacity. Unbelievable.
Go on, babe.
So there you got it, Cafcass. I'm giving it to them, guys. Share it like mad.
They're
because
loving it.
Let me tell you something. These are one of the main players in all this. Failing social care, right? How much money did these guys get every time they save a child? Sometimes I can share the local authorities' concerns, and I agree with some cases, but not majority of them. There's too much pattern. There's too much pattern, you know?
And if people don't agree with what you're saying, hard luck for them, ignore him and drown him out with your bloody megaphone.
I am going to stay here long enough, Cafcass, to make sure my voice is heard for the children in the UK. #scousemegaphoneman is out to combat social care. And the only way I'm going to combat social care is if I hold you, Cafcass, to account, along with the social workers in this country. Absolute outrageous. You know? How you can side with local authorities knowing that the local authorities are telling untruths in family courts. Absolute outrageous. I can prove, Cafcass, that your my case and your involvement, your evidence got thrown out of court. And you know that, didn't you, Cafcass? Huh? Not only did I speak to social workers in court, I used the local authorities' legal team to wipe the floor. How do you feel, Cafcass? You're not so professional today, are you? Huh? Obviously your tenants agree with what you do. You're going to be shouting out the window.
Yeah, I'm told, babe.
Huh? Maybe this guy's shouting out the window. He's not got no children, so he can't relate to what I'm saying as a children's rights campaigner.
Exactly.
Absolute shame of himself. So, the politicians and the ministers in this country are quite happily to professionally avoid the Children's Rights Campaign Act. Mark my words on it, Cafcass. I am in court on the 10th and the 11th of May in the Crown Court with Parliament. And I, as a Children's Rights Campaigner, I am going to prove that Parliament is not sovereign in social care. Many ways I am going to prove that Parliament is not sovereign. I am going to get into position, and let me tell you, Cafcass, you will be no more. The Children's Rights Campaigner is going to go out of his way to make sure your service is not needed anymore for children. Because you're not law-abiding and you're not what's best for the children in this country. You should be an absolute shame to yourself in the name of children's rights and social care. Up and down this country, the mental health in our children is astronomical. And if a children's rights campaigner like me doesn't stand up to be counted, what kind of society are we going to have 10 years down the line?
Yes, babe.
I want to build on the children's protector, the police. I would like to see a zero tolerance on crime. I would like to see fair process in social care and the family courts. I would like to see in the future that you, Cafcass, have got your act together and you're doing what's best for the children in this country. Because what you're doing And what social care is doing is putting such a strain on the police force, which is the children's protector. The police in this country are going to end up being the best police force in the world because of me. I am going to make it. And I'm telling you, Cafcass, your service will not be needed in social care anymore.
We won't go inside. We won't go anywhere near it.
Cafcass, clear up your act. When we have investigations, Cafcass, because of wrongdoing in social care, we go through the complaints process of a council. Stage 1, 2 and 3 complaints process. We get an investigating officer for that complaints process. And that's just passing the bucket blame. If the parents are not happy, they're told to go to the ombudsman. That is a process of passing the bucket blame. Councillors in these councils are seen as the human shields to the council. They are the work engine who answers and deals with scrutiny. How can I complain to you about you and expect a fair outcome? Absolute shocking. I'll tell you, Cafcass, and I'm going to tell you again, I am going to go out my way to combat social care. And by combating social care, I have to exercise my democratic right to freedom of speech, to hold you to account.
Hey!
Hashtag scousemegaphoneman. Clear up your act for the future generations of our children. Thank you for your service, guys, in the name of children's rights.
Babe, let me tell you something quickly.
So, Cafcass, these complaint procedures within local authorities, when we get the investigating officers in our complaints.
Hello mate, you're right. Just a quick one.
That's okay.
So you guys said we are aware. Totally understand that.
Whenever you want us to leave, we'll leave.
No, of course. We just wanted to make sure that you said 12, right? That was your
the
plan.
very latest.
2 hours.
We're only going to stay here for more than like 20 minutes. We're off. I did go inside and let the reception staff know what I was
They
doing.
said that, yeah.
Because I didn't want them to be alone and distressed. I
all
do it
fine.
every time I go over here. I like to stay on the model high ground.
Well, we appreciate it.
My aim is to make sure we've got the best police force and combat social care. I believe on the children's protector, which is yourselves. I do a lot of social media and I try and change the mindset and I try and build community relations between police and children.
Yeah.
And social care. If I combat social care, I've got many revolutionary ideas for social care. I believe if I combat social care, your job's 50 times easier. We've just come out of domestic violence, it's got through the roof, the mental health for everybody in these homes now, in schools, it's massive. It's a godsend that these schools will be open, it really is. And the only way I'm going to hold social care to account is the whole establishment that needs to account. I was in court process with them, they decided to do it for me, exercise the democratic right to freedom of speech, holding it to account. That's how I'm going to combat social care.
Just wanted to check with you that
What time's it now?
So it's about 10 to 11 now.
So we've got another hour and 10 minutes, babe. We'll be gone by 12.
We're not going to pose, you know. So if you want
You can take a random picture. No, I'm gonna say, people, these officers are being totally reasonable. They're not asking us to leave. They're not asking us to go. All they're saying is, you've made an agreement to go by a certain time. Are you still going to go by that time? That's all they're saying.
Because all I see in community now, police, social workers, whatever.
Yeah.
I believe that we have police, community support, social workers working out of impact centres.
He's only going to be a couple more minutes and he's getting straight back on that megaphone.
Reunificated family, recognition programmes. This is what I'm going to cost all my ideas. I believe in the compensation. I think it will save a lot of money in social care. Because that's what my campaign is about.
They're not wasting our time, Jake. Honestly, they're fine. Come tell everyone that the police were absolutely fine. They did not ask you to leave. They just wanted to clarify that you're going by 12.
The police are understanders in all this. They're damned if they do and damned if they don't. This is not an awareness day or a protest day where we're going to take it out on the police and turn against the police. We're not about that. We're about combating social care, building on the children's protector and giving these children a fair crack at the whip growing up, you know. It's about future generations, is that right, Babs?
Yep, and I do love you. And come here a minute. You've done very well, but get back on that megaphone.
How do you like it?
They're absolutely loving it. You've got a lot of people crying.
This is how you do it, John C.
Beep, beep.
Shit,
How dare you dirty my life with that word? How dare you dirty my camera lens with that word?
Little piggy!
Yeah.
Little piggy! He let me come in.
I want to get across the
Your
road.
house is made of straw. You're a professional, aren't you, Cafcass? Huh? You know I can prove you're not professional in social care and in the family courts. You took oath, Cafcass, in my case.
And lied through your back
teeth.
teeth.
You weren't telling the truth when you took oath, did you, Cafcass? Is that perjury in the family courts, is it? Huh? I think it is, isn't it, Cafcass? Hey? You can't take civil litigation against me, can you, Cafcass? Because I'm better than you in court, aren't I? Hey? To the point where I got your evidence thrown out of court. Because you were telling untruths, weren't you, Cafcass? Absolute outrageous. And you was on oath, I might add. That's right. You sided with the social services under oath in our civil courts. That's what you did. It's not perjury, is it, Cafcass? Huh? Oh my life, you've got the biggest court case coming up soon. Because I am leaving no stone unturned in the Misty Barnes case. I'm going to make this police force in this country be the best in the world. Money and resource is not going to be a problem. Because people like you, Cafcass, need to be stung in the tail financially. We are going to take civil litigation, Cafcass, because what you said in the family courts was unlawful. And you know I'm telling the truth. And you know you was under oath when you was being unlawful. Oh my life. Extravagant wages, and that's how you carry on. Upholding the rule of law in the name of children. Absolute shame to yourselves, you should be, Cafcass. Are we going to see you turning your tables around, are we, Cafcass, in the family courts in the future? Absolute unbelievable. How many children have gone to adoption or long-term foster through Zoom meetings? That's right. Zoom meetings. Absolute unbelievable. Parents have not even been able to give a good account of themselves in the family courts.
People behind me have come out for Cafcass. They're looking for the police.
By the accident statutes and social care in this country. And you say it's the future risk of harming children. You're having a laugh. Have you got no consent of the local authorities up and down this country, Cafcass? Every single local authority in this country actually family meets threshold in the family courts for removal. What are you going to do about that, Cafcass? If you're in the best interest for children, what are you going to do about that, Cafcass? Huh? Absolute outrageous. And when these kids are taken into the care system, there's no care in the world from you, is there, Cafcass?
Exactly.
You're quite happy meeting parents for half an hour for a chat, or the tops an hour for a chat, and you'll do a report on that, won't you, Cafcass? And if you hold up the social worker's final statements of fact, it's word for word of your reports, Cafcass. How about that? So you're not independent. You, Cafcass, suck the lollipop of the establishment, social services. How much money do you get in bonuses for saving children, Cafcass? Huh? Is that why you do what you do, Cafcass? Hey, file up reports on parents, bounce along with assessments carried out by the local councils. These assessments have been done on parents while they've been under trauma. That's right. How can you get a fair assessment on a parent while under trauma the state has put them in?
Go on, babe.
Hey? You don't care about that, do you, Cafcass? Hey? No impact statements are getting done for the separation of a child from their parent. But you don't care about that part, do you, Cafcass? Hey? No method statements, no risk assessments, no impact statements, nothing. And you know full well, Cafcass, that is unlawful, isn't it? That isn't fair at all, is it, Cafcass? But you don't care. You'll still do your reports. You'll still meet the parents for 1 hour and do your report on your findings. And when you look at your report, it's actually word for word of the social worker's final statement of fact.
It's a biased
You
report.
suck the lollipop, the social workers, don't you, Cafcass? What's the payment deals when you save children? Huh? How many thousands of pounds do you get, Cafcass? And you know what's best for the children. Your service, Cafcass, is not going to be needed for much longer. Because when I go back social care, you're not going to be needed. We're going to have independent assessment units. We're going to get rid of you, Cafcass, because you're not truthful. You're not law-abiding for the children in this country.
Share it,
you
people.
You don't want what's best for the families in this country. You should be an absolute shame to yourselves. Extravagant wages, turning a blind eye to all the children in the care system, in authorities that actually meet threshold in the family courts. But you don't care about that, do you, Cafcass? Hey? You don't care one blind bit of notice about that.
Tell
How
them.
much does this building cost to rent?
Yep.
Is this all coming out of social care? I thought social care was non-profit. That's what Lord Beecham states in the Lords. And Lord Folks state it in the Lords. We won't privatise social care because we don't want to see children as profit.
Tell them to get out the stationery cupboard, babe.
Little piggy! Little piggy! Do let me come in. Your house is made of straw. Get out the cupboard! You're squashing all the stationery. Don't you like being held to account? I am #scousemegaphoneman. The best children's rights campaigner in this country.
And I am smashing you.
In social care, failing social care. All the councils are in debt. They all meet threshold in the family courts. They're all failing social care. Their social care is inadequate. problems of today. Absolutely unbelievable. You don't care, do you, Cafcass? Eh? As long as you get your extravagant wages and a pat on the back. That's all you're after, isn't it, Cafcass? You don't want what's best for children in this country. I can see that the way you wear. You don't roll like I do, Cafcass.
Sorry,
It's alright.
how can you tell us to get past?
Will you present what you're saying?
Children's rights.
What's happened?
We're holding these children's services to account to combat social care for the best and the future generations of our children.
That's Cafcass in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, good for you. Keep going. It's good. It's important to speak up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It doesn't matter about making a noise.
Babe, you've got a request. Tell them to stop stealing our children, apparently. There you go, Gems.
So, Cafcass, my child was taken on an emergency order. That's right, an emergency order. They stole our child from the breast. Putting me and my missus into undescribable trauma. We stopped the forced adoption case. And you was in involvement in stealing children. Isn't that right, Cafcass? Serious allegation on a megaphone. You was involved in trying to unlawfully take my child, wasn't you, Cafcass? And send my child off to an adoption. You know what we call that on social media? Forced adoption.
Yes,
You're
babe.
including forced adoption, isn't you, Cafcass? Forced adoption is going to be in the Crown Court on the 10th and the 11th of May. I have had compulsion set upon me by the state because of forced adoption. That's right, compulsion on terminology. But when I get my results in the Crown Court on the 10th and the 11th of May, I am going to be well on my way to combating social care in this country. And I'll echo my words again, Cafcass. Our service is not going to be needed when I combat social care. You unlawfully put kids into adoption, don't you, Cafcass? Huh? You work on assessments that have been carried out on parents while under trauma. That is not well spent taxpayers' money. Why do you side with the social workers, Cafcass, who molest families up and down this country? Huh? Let's look at David Cameron.
Yes, babe.
In the book. Future risk of harm. Where's David Cameron's assessments? Michael Gove left his child in a hotel room. Future risk of harm. We all know what happened to Madeleine McCann on future risk of harm, don't we, Cafcass? It's a two-tier justice system. That is why you don't care, innit, Cafcass? Some of these politicians can do exactly what they want. No accountability. And you side with that, don't you, Cafcass? Huh? Absolute unbelievable. Follow the money, and look where it brings us, to Cafcass. They call themselves professional in the name of children's rights, social care, and what they really do is side with the local authority and tell untruths to adopt children. Because I can prove it, Cafcass, and you know it. And when we go to court civil litigation, I am going to sting you in the tail. Trust me, Cafcass, the crimes have already been committed by you and the local authority in this country. There is no convenient law to be used to change Why don't you speak up for yourselves in the courts? Instead of siding with social services, why do you do that? That in itself is a form of misfeasance under oath in a civil court. How about that for accountability? And you know, Cafcass, you cannot get out of it. I, the Children's Rights campaigner, is going to hold you to account, Cafcass, on behalf of every child in this country.
Go on, babe. If you're wrong, why don't they tell you?
Now clear up your act, or I will come back and exercise my democratic right to freedom of speech. Hashtag Scouts Megaphone Man, the children's rights campaigner of the UK, the Essex legend at that. I rest my case. Clear up your act, Cafcass.
It's been said, saying less is more. I hope I've made you all laugh at that computer. I hope I've made you shout. I hope I've made you happy. Give me a moment, guys.
You go tell them. I think you've told them.
Just a smile.
Babe, turn around and smile.
One love. One love.
I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that was the nuts, mate. I'm sorry you're crying. That wasn't the intention.
It does it. It's good that it goes in there after the appointment. It doesn't apologise for me. He says, oh, thanks for letting me. Blah, blah, blah.
They came back out. There was a guy that come out and then a woman come out with him. They came out and stood behind me. They were looking for the police. I could hear them saying, where have they gone? They've gone because we're not doing that wrong. Sorry. You need a drink now?
Babe, I was getting so carried away because it's the heart in me, guys. It gives me a bit of an headache because I've got to think forward. I speak in a megaphone, I end up shouting. I've difficult to count myself in the name of children's rights. Who else has been here and done what I've done? Who else has been here for the men in this country and the kids of this country? Who's been here?
Who's been to this mega place?
It's now up to the Apple What's It podcast to do its bit in the name of children's rights, the parent father's rights. This Jason Appleyard, guys, listen to me. He is the best thing for the men in this country. Doing what he does, stupid o'clock hours, preventing suicides. I can only take my hat off to this man, guys. And I think you should as well. Embrace Apple What's It. Happy with that, my friends?
You didn't have to be, thanks. Yeah.
His lips have gone white, look. He gets emotional, Jay, because...
Can you stand that side? Because I can't see you. The sun's glaring on the camera.
To see it on a live feed is one thing. Come close, bruv, come close. To see it on a live feed is one thing. To see it and witness it here and actually hear it in the thunder.
You can feel it. Your whole body is, your heart's racing. You can feel it. It's amazing.
There you go, guys. So I'm sorry I've not been able to tell everybody, but me and Jason, we made a handshake and we said, Jack, ever since the BB Babies at Trafalgar Square, me and Jason made the decision together, element of surprise, and I think it's waiting for you, Jack.
Yeah, it's good because...
Can't be followed,
No.
can't be jumped on as a bandwagon.
No, and it's not even a party of 6. So, not even that, the old can do nothing.
So us 4 people, what do you think we've achieved? Do you think we've achieved more than 1,000 people could here?
Oh yeah, there's people recording over there, they come over here as well.
There's a lot of people recording. I didn't see this, but it's glad to see that people around me have actually got a lot of eyes, a lot of views, and they are in the name of children's rights. This is amazing, guys, and I think we should be empowered by it because the establishment is watching. Sir Graham Brady, the Right Honourable Justice Secretary, he's probably watching. So I think we've made the right movements today. You know.
Can I say,
guys, I really do mean
the
that.
establishment were definitely watching because everybody tagged Boris Johnson. Even Donald Trump got a tag. So everyone was watching.
So I'm so happy and interested and excited to hear the Apple What's It podcast, guys. I can't put this podcast up enough. This is going to be the best podcaster out there with the most ammunition to benefit the children.
No pressure.
No, it's not that, Jay. I mean,
I'm joking.
you know, you put your heart and soul in it. You're up stupid hours doing work, typing. You're preventing suicides in the name of children, to repair fathers' rights. You back children's rights to protect fathers' rights and repair fathers' rights.
Yep.
It's right, mate.
Yeah.
And I've taken quite a lot of notes of what you say to me, and I'll share your concerns.
Well, no, we spoke about it a lot. Yeah, we spoke about it a lot, didn't we? And you just said, you know, when we were speaking about it, it's not. You don't normally speak about Cafcass, but you have done today, and you wanted to make a point out of it, to shout from it.
Happy with the outcome?
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
All
hopefully,
your followers will enjoy that.
it's not my.
No, I mean,
I'm not there.
Yeah, but you're part of this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm
massively.
just not very good.
He's not- he's speechless because honestly, he's so happy. You know, I mean, Ben's just said your adrenaline's going. You can actually feel it.
I can't get you all on shot, so you're all going to have to get together because I can't get you all in.
He's absolutely speechless. That children's rights go places.
I mean, you do really well, mate. We were listening to you here. You were on fire, mate. You were on literally. Some of the stuff you were coming out with was awesome. Like, literally, it was like a talk and a theme.
At the same time, saying less is more. So if you overstay your welcome, you become a pest.
Maybe, yeah, but they couldn't say nothing to us. I mean, how were they when you went in there?
Absolutely fine. I said to them I was leaving. Thanks for persevering. Sorry for ever giving you an headache. I've said what I had to say for children's right to freedom of speech. I'm now going to leave. And they said thank you very much. So I left them my card. The reception lady was absolutely smiling her face off, but she came out a couple of times, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
So even though she's a receptionist, she probably shared my concerns. It's a children's rights campaign.
That's the good thing about how you do the protesting, though, because it doesn't go crazy like all that far right shit. So sorry, but it doesn't go silly like that. So you can have. It's about being loving and getting your message across at the same time, and you do that really well.
I think that raising a light on men's rights when you have a child is massive. Speaking for children's rights, there's far too many children screaming to be heard. There's far many children being used as weapons, man or woman.
There's no consistency. Sometimes they'll listen to the kids when it suits a certain party, or sometimes they won't listen to the kids.
Yeah, but even then, Jason, when I've been an advocate for families and family courts on forced adoption, I've never been able to speak to the child, which is again showing control and behaviour by the social services. So control and behaviour is across society as well in terms of service.
It's systemic. Could it be systemic coercive as well?
Of course it could.
Of course it is systemic. And if you're not acting, it is misfiction. No professional avoidance. All complaints processed at the council. It doesn't work like that because you get professional avoidance to the investigating officers in the complaints process at the council. So that's a form of misfiction. This is what I want to stamp on that. That's why I want our service to be run by people who can relate. Me and you. It's what's best for kids, guys. It's onwards and upwards. I'll probably go live later on 8 o'clock tonight to fill a children's rights giveaway day tomorrow, so we've got to fill a bag tonight. So we're going to be going away, reflecting on what we've done, and do a live feed at 8 o'clock tonight, #scousemegaphoneman. Please join me on filling a bag on a giveaway day and a reflection on our activities, guys, of today. So see you all soon in the name of children's rights, guys. I hope you're happy.